Our guest today is Andre Veskimeister, and we're going to discuss the InPost, Advent, FedEx, A&R, PPF consortium that are looking to buy InPost. And I've got a few questions to go through with Andre. Thank you for joining us today, Andre.
Absolute pleasure being here. Thank you.
You are the expert in this world, so please give us an overview, if you don't mind, of the potential investment takeover and the participants.
Let's say that that first of all, this is probably one of the most interesting financial transactions what comes to out of home delivery and parcel lockers ever, and why I'm going to explain it, and also I'm going to explain one thing that is probably misunderstood, and I'll start from that immediately. And this deal has been described as FedEx is taking over InPost, or FedEx is sort of the important part of that, and they are the biggest and most valued logistics or last mile delivery companies in the world, with today's valuation 80 billion plus, but I would urge you to think bigger, or think deeper in that deal, because the first thing I consider always is what the existing owner or CEO, the main stakeholders, are doing. So let's analyze what Rafał Brzoska has been doing during that deal. So they are not. He is not cashing out from that. He is not stepping away from the management and leadership. He's actually doubling down. He is taking the company back to private. It means that there is something to do with the company, that there is some big goals that can grow the company even more than it has been done so far. And I think we both understand that InPost is the success story of parcel lockers and out of home already. But still, with that deal, I see that Rafał sees that there is much more to do. And I think that the deal has not been built up from the FedEx side, but exactly from the InPost side. And I would urge you to think what InPost will benefit on that. Everybody has been commenting that yes, FedEx is willing to. FedEx is getting now the well-structured European delivery network and out of home, but I would like to think differently. I would like to think from the InPost perspective, and this is nothing to do with Europe. I think this is everything is to do with the North America and US market, because this is the biggest last mile delivery market in the world, and this is not localized yet. So for me, this deal is not FedEx is entering Europe. For me, this deal is InPost is going worldwide.
No, very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. And is the locker market in Europe is reasonably well developed, more so in some countries than others. But in America, how developed is it? Is it still very sort of immature from a market perspective, the locker market in the US?
There are two markets that are almost fully home delivery dominated. One is in Europe, and this is Germany, and the other is United States. This is if you asked me this question 5 years ago, I would include also UK market as a home delivery sort of oriented market. But now you see the switch yourself. In 3 last years, this paradigm has been changed, and the out of home is really growing in UK. but this is not the case in Germany, and this is not the case in US. So what are the reasons those markets, especially those markets, are not so developed? First of all, is definitely we have to give credit to the existing home delivery companies because they have mastered the home delivery to the maximum. They have created the service that customers are used to. They have created some additions like leaving to the porch, safe places, leave to the neighbor. So you don't need to be at home on the delivery moment. So the first time delivery success rate is quite high there. And yeah, this is very well organized home delivery market. The other thing is there are especially those two countries, Germany and US, they have very big Amazon presence in those markets, and Amazon has their own delivery network and mainly home delivery network. So this puts another pressure to the home delivery. And when we're talking about the US market, then there is one more difference from the Europe. People almost don't walk there. People drive there. This is the difference from the European urban planning. But this is not the deal breaker. Definitely, the lockers can be used also with the cars, but this is different than in Europe. So those are the reasons why those markets have not been adopting lockers widely yet. But I'm absolutely sure it's going to change, and especially after that announcement of that merger with FedEx and InPost, I'm sure this is somehow validated the out-of-home delivery business as a big business when the biggest logistics company in the world is taking stake in the biggest out-of-home delivery company. So this is like a validation for that business model, and I think everybody is now taking seriously out-of-home and lockers.
Thank you. Obviously, the deal needs to be, passed, etc. Can I ask two questions? Do you think the deal will go ahead? And secondly, if it didn't for any reason, what might be the blockers?
Those are very experienced people involved making that deal, and they would not announce this deal without quite a big certainty of going through. But anyway, we have to accept the fact that nothing is final when the signatures are there, and the competition board, for instance, has been approved the deal. So I don't think that there are some kind of deal breakers between the parties. This deal has been negotiated thoroughly. The only thing I can see is exactly from the competition boards in different countries, because both of the companies are leading companies in their markets, and now comes to math, how to calculate the market share and whether there is the threat of being too dominant in some countries.
Okay, thank you. I was going to ask you about what the aspirations are, but you already covered that off, so thanks very much for doing that for us, Andre. Could, once, whatever it's branded as, InPost and FedEx, once they get together, could they consider running an open network, like Yeep or Quadient do in the UK, or will it stay a closed network?
This is very, very, very difficult question in a sense that by definition, InPost is closed network, but it doesn't exclude different corporations. For instance, InPost has very tight collaboration with Vinted and Vinted Go network, so they are delivering Vinted parcels. So I think that the InPost philosophy has been growing their network based on the volume they control, and this stays that way. So I'm absolutely sure that InPost will not turn agnostic in one day, but it doesn't exclude different corporations with different carriers, other platforms, whatever. This is possible, and this is actually I see also in the Europe, in different countries. There are collaborations with GLS and DPD in certain markets. In Germany, for instance, with lockers, and in other markets. I see this kind of not that the networks are opening totally to others, but there are some kind of selective cooperation is going on, and I think this is also a trend with the InPost. They need volume. Every parcel locker network needs volume, and this is operational decision to whom to collaborate to get higher volumes.
No, that's very good, and thank you. I knew it wouldn't be a simple yes or no, but it'll be interesting to watch it. And do you think things will change, presuming the deal goes ahead, should I say, that things will change quickly? As FedEx's history in the UK, certainly, with ANC, P2P, and TNT has been a long, slow integration. But with InPost's drive, do you think this might be, once it's validated the deal, do you think they might move quicker on this, or would it be slow and steady?
They absolutely move quicker, much quicker, and there are several reasons for that. Parcel locker delivery is quite a straightforward business model. Okay, there are still a lot of different processes, but this is aligned to one sort of core thing. When we're talking about let's call them legacy carriers like FedEx and TNT, they are serving different segments like B2B, B2C. There are different products inside. There are different pricing structures, integration of these systems, and at the end of the day, there are long-lasting different contracts between carrier and the client. In this case, integrating InPost into the FedEx systems and vice versa is not a difficult thing at all. So this is very straightforward, and I know InPost also from the technological stack. They are modern, they are optimized, they are agile. So I don't see any reason why this integration could take years like it has been done so far with the TNT case.
Okay, and this sort of ties in. Next question: How do you think this will change the out of home sector in the next 3 to 5 years?
It has already changed it. The deal has not done yet, but I feel it. I feel it immediately. Also, based on my communication, I've been actively talking about out of home last 3-4 years and being very vocal about that. And I always feel that it has been perceived as okay, you can play your games in your little niche. You are sort of out of home is a nice addition to the carrier's business and sort of side hustle for home delivery. I think that this deal now, or this sort of collaboration between FedEx and InPost now validated that business, and I see and hear different opinion and different approach from other last mile delivery companies towards parcel lockers and out of home. I think now this segment will be taken seriously, and I think due to that things are going to happen very fast and very high level this year. So I can't wait to see in what situation we are at the end of the year, but probably we will not recognize this landscape that we are seeing right now.
Yeah, it's obviously, in your opinion, I don't disagree, it's going to move quickly. And my next question sort of ties into that. Will this prompt UPS, DHL, or USPS to react quickly? And if so, what might they do?
This is a very good question, but you mentioned three names, and those are very different companies with very different areas and regional approach. I think maybe UPS is one of the companies that are maybe needs to do something now quickly. USPS is a national carrier in US, and they don't do much overseas. So definitely, if the things are going to happen in US market, I mean parcel lockers, then they are affected, and then they need to do something. But they are not sort of the effect for USPS appears when lockers are deployed in US market. DHL is also sort of they have their own out of home strategy, at least in Europe. They have plans and networks in place in several countries, but not sort of worldwide scale. So I think that it could incentivize DHL to think more about their worldwide approach, because also FedEx and UPS, both of them, they are very strong in America. Not so strong in Europe, but now this merger or this project sort of makes it international, and I think those top floors of those companies are heavily thinking now about their options and their moves, how to behave after that.
No, thank you. I thought that might be the case. And will this sort of deal between FedEx and InPost, presuming it's going ahead, which is the thing we talked about, will this drive other strategic partnerships rather than acquisitions? You know, because sometimes people partner, don't they, to compete rather than acquire?
Absolutely, and this is 100% that will happen because parcel lockers are. This is we are in network economy. Parcel lockers are the best example of network economy, and the definition says that when the network is bigger, then the value or the worth is also bigger. So you have to grow your network in order to grow your value exponentially. So I think again this was a good push for the very big network to become or to be born, and I think there will be followers for that. We don't exclude also. We haven't talked anything yet about Asia and China specifically. Actually, from there is the biggest out of home or locker operator, Hypebox, was also they had planned to IPO last year, but they didn't took place. So I think this is one interesting thing now, because when somebody wants to make something very big worldwide, then he has to talk to Hypebox. So let's see, maybe one of those three names you mentioned in your previous question will knock the door of that Chinese operator.
Oh, great, good. Well, I just want to say thank you, Andre. That was very interesting. I'm sure our viewers and listeners will love it, like I did, because it's a really interesting and probably the most exciting things happened in express deliveries for a long time. So we should watch this space, and it'd be interesting if we were talking in a year or so, what will be different. But thank you very much for your time, Andre.
You're welcome. I really enjoy that, and I think we are living the best time of last mile future is in doings right now in front of our eyes.
Thank you.